Work versus play. How do we get the balance? Here's my best effort at trying to find out exactly that in around 10 minutes. All work, no play. Does this sound familiar? To many people all around the world, it will. I dare say that most of us feel trapped in work mode for much of our lives, like a subjectively more intelligent hamster stuck in a slightly larger wheel. Living for the weekend, living for the yearly summer holiday. I understand that we all like to have checkpoints, a future event scheduled when we're finally meant to be happy, carefree, or relaxed. But this approach has always left me feeling kind of sad. I mean, why should humans slave away tired and stressed for 5 days out of 7, for 46 weeks out of 52? Now, don't get me wrong, work is a necessary part of human existence, particularly if the work we're doing delivers on the following ideas. It keeps us out of trouble, it keeps us motivated, it keeps us learning, and it keeps us connected to others. In theory, work is the ultimate fair trade deal. We provide value in the form of skills, time, and energy, and we receive societal value in return, which is money, so that we can pay for stuff that keeps us alive. Yet how often do you hear someone talk positively about their job? And I don't mean the fake kind of positive you often hear at parties. Oh, I work in the city as a tax accountant, one guy says, with a forced smile, desperately trying to pretend that his job is exciting as he sips his beer. I'm being kind of judgmental here, yes, because maybe that guy genuinely does love tax and numbers. If so, then fair dues, it's the perfect darn job. But many times this isn't true. Did you know that over half of all Americans are unhappy at work, according to Forbes? Something about this stinks, and stinks bad. Part of existence that's almost criminally undervalued once we reach adult age is play. I don't know exactly why this happens. Do we forget how to play? Surely not. What's more likely is that the task-driven, responsibility-filled living takes over. Do this. Go there. For many people, their brains are too frazzled by the end of the day to conjure up the energy to be creative. They're just done in and ready for sleep, preceded by a glass or two of wine. We're often too busy to be bored nowadays, which is a shame because boredom fuels creativity. Maybe I'm the weird one here, but I sometimes pine for those seemingly never-ending lazy summer days that I enjoyed as a kid. I'd eat breakfast and then head outside, often without socks or shoes. My soles would be wonderfully grubby within minutes, covered in dust and dirt. I'd knock on the doors of my neighbours' houses, and me and the other kids in the street would go out exploring. No schedule, just inventing stupid games, making pretend dens, and laughing. I remember a lot of laughing. Even though I'm now closing in on 30, now I think of it, I'd love to find a couple of other nostalgic individuals, just for a day, a secret day to roam the woods, run after ice cream trucks, and play hide and seek. Ah man, that'd be grand. Nostalgia has a way of taking you off on tangents, does it? So let me get back to the point. Let's accept that parts of childhood are impossible to recreate. How then can we still play a little as we go about normal day-to-day life? Well, I want you to think very carefully about your work. Yes, you hopefully get a decent amount of money for all of those hours you give to your employer and the stress that you have to put up with. But is this enough? As far as we know, we each have one life. Work takes up the majority of most people's waking hours. So what we're doing and how we're doing it is vital to our overall life satisfaction. Contracts, salaries, and office cubicles, they may provide a sense of security, which is important, yet they suck our ability to play right out of the window. We almost become zombie-like when we're stuck in an office doing the same thing on autopilot from Monday to Friday over and over. Still, a lot of folks are in pretty unfortunate life situations and they can't change jobs for now. I get it, I do. If you can't change jobs now, and remember there's a difference between changing now and changing ever, then maybe you can find a way to play with what you have at your disposal. Can you predict amusingly how many times your boss will get mad with you this week? Humour yourself and take a guess. If you get it right, you can reward yourself with a big fat bubble bath on Sunday night, rubber duck and all. Or how about, can you imagine your work email inbox as a wicked tyrant? Each new email the tyrant sends is a pesky orc, Lord of the Rings style, that you have to battle off in order to save humanity. Is that not your thing? Well, maybe you can doodle silly sketches on a desk notepad in between answering emails instead. Heck, maybe you can sing in the car during your commute, pretending you're on stage at Glastonbury Festival. Or maybe you can play a funny prank on a colleague, one who's likely to take the prank in good spirits. Yes, we can still play, one way or the other, in these pockets of opportunity that we still have to make the most of. Think of yourself like one of those Russian dolls. You know, the ones that open up, each doll getting smaller from eldest to youngest? Perhaps you have to be one of the bigger dolls now, the grown-up who's responsible. But that doesn't mean that there isn't still a kid within you who needs to be humoured. So go forth, I encourage you, and let the games begin. In honour of life, death, and all the rest, Declan Davey. So, we've established that you probably want life balance. Seems like a logical thing to aim for, doesn't it? You can order the book version of these videos, which contains 13 different topics, and is available on Amazon in Kindle and paperback. If you want to check out more videos about life balance, such as debating success versus sacrifice and strength versus pride, then keep track of the playlist in the top right corner of this video around about now. Over time, I'll be adding more content to this playlist. Also, you can scroll down and check the video description. You'll find a page with my recommended books for different aspects of life balance: financial, mental, physical, social, and spiritual. I'll also include a few resources and apps that I think are worth checking out for this whole life balance thing, such as Grammarly, Sounds True, Slowly, and Clever Fox's Budget Planner. A heads up, some of these will be affiliate links, so please don't hate me, alright? Don't worry though, you won't pay any more by using one of the links. But feel free to search for the resources on Google or wherever else instead, if you prefer. Anyway, that's all from me today. Keep being cool, fellow life wanderer, and see you next time.